Hi, my name is Laura Savory, and this is my presentation on scaffolds and supports for online learners. The three ways that I think are the best to support online learners in a blended learning classroom are mastery of technology, directions in various ways, and setting ground rules. Mastery of technology. I think that it's really important that students are familiar with the platforms that they are using. At my school, I chose to continue to use Google Classroom as my LMS because my students know how to navigate this site from third grade. The skill is just transferable. Bates says that if your institution already has a learning management system such as Blackboard, Moodle, Canvas, or Desire to Learn, to use it. I think that the reason Bates states this is because less time is wasted if the kids already know the skills. I also believe that if students know how to use the technology efficiently and effectively, then the guesswork is taken out of the lesson. They're comfortable with how to navigate, access, and submit assignments on the platform already, and teachers won't have to take time to go back and reteach or to support and show how to use that. Some of the ways that I've done this in my classroom are to model. I really, at the beginning of the year, take students through how I post things, how things should be submitted, and the level of work that I expect from them depending on the sites that I use. The curriculum that we just launched and that we're using this year has the first 15 days set up for building routines and procedures. And a lot of that focuses on teaching the students how to use the online site, teaching them how to access the books, teaching them how to check their assignments, teaching them how to check their grades. That way, when we get to quarter three, kids are comfortable and they've built that routine up and they know what to do. And this is a curriculum that we're going to be using for the next 5 years. So I've just set my students up for their next 1 or 2 years of using this curriculum, depending on how long and how far the curriculum goes grade-wise. I also think it's important to give directions in various formats. When I post an assignment on Google Classroom, the directions that go along with said activity are laid out on the assignment. I post written directions on the assignment tab and then again rephrased on the actual activity itself. So for example, when students go to Google Classroom, they'll see the assignment with the directions there, and then when they click on that Google document, in that Google document, again at the top, the activity or the question that I want them to do or answer will be rephrased and re-asked so that it's visible at all times. I also give verbal directions to the whole class before we start stations and rotations, and then I always make sure to go over to that Chromebook group to lay out procedures, check in with them, and answer any questions that they may have. The readings this week have inspired me to maybe create video directions or just audio files to go along with the assignments so that they can be revisited or re-listened to for questions that may arise during work time. This way, I won't have to keep going over and repeating myself. Students will just have that video of me talking or that audio file of me re-explaining for them to reference at any time during the working period or during extra work time. Finally, I think it's important to set ground rules. Ground rules and expectations vary from teacher to teacher. I know in my school, some teachers believe that the Chromebooks are only for instructional use, and other teachers allow free time to play games or browse sites. I think setting these expectations at the beginning of the year and reviewing procedures is crucial to smooth running of online learning. Pappas says that a set of well-written netiquette rules can help your learners get the most out of their online learning community participation. If there's no guessing involved, the lines aren't blurred, kids know what they're doing, they're more likely to be focused and on task and successful. Some of the ways that I've done this before are to create a class contract of expectations. We kind of talk about what good online users do, how they act, when's it appropriate to use a certain site over another. And then I had students sign this class contract expectations, and it's posted on an anchor chart near our Chromebook workstation so that it's visible throughout the year. And then that way, if there's ever a discrepancy or an issue, I can refer back to it and talk about how we laid out those expectations and we set those rules and ask why they maybe aren't abiding by that. I think that if teachers follow these three things, and I know for myself that these three things have really been working and continue to work on them throughout the year, will create successful and continue to maintain successful blended online learning classrooms. Thank you for listening.